Hello and welcome back to 1874. The shows, like the games, are coming thick and fast on the channel. I'm your host, Dan Bardell, and I am joined by the AVFC Statto for the STATPACK ahead of Aston Villa against Arsenal on Saturday lunchtime, 12:30 kickoff on TNT Sports if you are not going to the game. And of course, right on cue, the dogs start barking outside every time I start a show or start a podcast. The dogs start barking in the house next door. Absolute scenes here. Right, Statto, welcome. You good?
Yeah. I was just said to you, long time no see. I feel like we've done 3 of these shows, but we have done 3 of these shows, haven't we? In like the last 5 days. So pretty stressful getting all your stats out in time, but we're good to go.
It's difficult for you because you can't be rotated. I mean, it's the same for me, actually, because I'm on every show. But you can't be rotated out for the stat pack because there is no other statter on that I know of. Anyway, you can tell me if there's any more statos to do with Aston Villa, but I think you are the only one as far as I know.
Me, myself, and I, yeah. I'm a one-man band, solo band going out.
Yeah. So you have to keep rolling, and the shows keep rolling. Always interested in what you've come up with for Aston Villa against Arsenal, because for me, for Emery, these games always feel quite personal because of what happened to him at Arsenal. They're always good games as well from memory. Even last year when we lost 2-0 at home, I thought it was a good game. We played quite well. So this is one I'm excited for the weekend. Are you excited for it, Statto? Especially what happened last night as well.
Yes. Some of the stats are not great.
That's fine.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, you didn't sound as excited as I was hoping you might sound for a game of football, Statto, but fine. It is what it is. You can only feel how you feel. Let's look at the first stat then, and we have here, since the start of last season, no duo have combined for more Premier League goals than Aston Villa's Ollie Watkins and Morgan Rogers. Now, people might think that's a surprise given Ollie Watkins' form in front of goal in recent months. Obviously, it's been quite a barren spell until the game against Brighton, where he, of course, hit a double. For that Rogers swinging, pinging pass last night, what a pass and what a finish. And we'd like to see more link-up in this game against Arsenal.
Yeah, we mentioned it in the last stat pack, didn't we, about the game where Rashford scored.
It's exactly the same.
Exactly the same pass. Yeah. Ollie Watkins, Morgan Rogers are combined for 8 goals since the start of last season. Pretty even, actually. Well, exactly even, to be honest. Ollie Watkins has assisted Morgan Rogers 4 times. Morgan Rogers assisted Ollie Watkins 4 times, including last night. So Morgan Rogers assisted Ollie Watkins against Wolves, Everton, Bournemouth, and Brighton last night. Ollie Watkins assisted Morgan Rogers against Ipswich, Brentford, Brighton, and Palace. Like you said, there no player combination has combined more since the start of last season. Do you fancy naming someone in the top 5? Who else might be in this list?
You know what I'm going to say, and they don't play together anymore. And Mbumo and Vissa?
Yes, they have 6.
I tell you what, off the top of my head, that's an unbelievable shout.
Yep, they have 6.
Could it possibly Palmer and Nicholas Jackson? No. I went down the doesn't play together anymore route and came a cropper.
Well, there's one. Number 2, number 1 tied with us. Don't play together anymore.
It's definitely not Bruno and Højlund, that's for sure. Haaland, De Bruyne?
So, no, Haaland is with Savinho with 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
The 2 I was talking about was Jacob Murphy and Alexander Isak.
Oh, I should have got that. Yeah.
And then the 3 others, Mo Salah and Dominic Szoboszlai, Mo Salah and Cody Gakpo. Most of last season, you would suspect after Mo Salah's poor start to this one. Yeah. And then finally, Jean-Philippe Mateta and Emery Eze.
So loads that don't play together. So I was along the right line straight away with the people that don't play together anymore. Let's go for who's our next? We've got a next duo after Watkins and Morgan.
So Jacob Murphy and Isak are tied with 8, but they can't get any more.
No, sorry, I meant a Villa. Is there any other duos near this?
Oh, that's a good question.
Asensio and Rashford went through a spell of assisting and goal scoring together, didn't they?
So I've got this tab on my database for goal contributions.
Whirl it up.
And if I can just... So I've got the top 5 infinity. Do you want it in the Premier League?
God, I'd like to. Ashley Young and Gabby got to be in there.
See, they're second with 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the second
York and
with 8.
Sava?
York and Savo are third with 7. Yeah.
Got to be Grealish and some. No, maybe not
No.
actually. Benteke and
No. So the top 3 are clear. So John Carew scoring with Ashley Young assisting is top by a lot with 14. That happened 14 times. And then it's Gabby scoring with Ashley Young assisting with 8. Dwight York scoring with Savo assisting 7. And then there's a load of 6s, including Ollie Watkins scoring, Tielemans assisting, Ollie Watkins scoring, Bailey assisting, Ollie Watkins scoring, Douglas Luiz assisting, and Ollie Watkins scoring, John McGinn assisting, all with 6. So our current players are creeping up that ladder, but yeah, John Carew and Ashley Young far ahead.
Okay, let's have Ollie Watkins linking up with someone and maybe getting a new duo with Ollie Watkins and so up the table. The second stat that we have today is that Aston Villa and Sunderland are the only 2 teams in the Premier League to not score in the first 15 minutes of a game this season. So let's change that. Let's get on that immediately, Unai Emery, and get that to change against Arsenal on Saturday.
I noticed this yesterday. I was like, Villa seem to concede quite a bit in the first 15 minutes of games, but then don't really score in the first 15 minutes of games this season. So I looked it up. So we scored none and conceded 5 in the first 15 minutes this season. Okay. It's the same record as Sunderland with 0 and 5. But if you split up the 90 minutes into 15 minutes, that's the only 15 minutes that Villa are losing across the whole of the Premier League this season. So we're losing 5-0 at 0 to 15 minutes. We're winning 3-2, 16 to 30. We're winning 5-1, 31 to 45. And then in the second half, we are doing a lot better as well. So we're winning 4-1 in a quarter of an hour after the break, 4-2 in the next quarter of an hour, and 4-3, 76 to 90 minutes. So the only quarter of an hour that Villa are losing this season so far overall is 0 to 15.
That's a good one. I like what you've done there. It's niche.
Yeah.
And I would say as well, Villa and Sunderland are both doing pretty well. So it does show that essentially, when you score your goals, doesn't massively matter if you concede or score early already, because both teams are doing pretty well anyway.
Yeah. Villa's average first minute, average goal scored for the first goal is 53 minutes this season.
Well, that's late. That is late, isn't it?
Yeah. So
we are a bit of a second half team at the moment. Although absolute scenes that we went into in the Brighton game, because not many people would have seen that coming at 2-0. But yeah, we are very much a second half team this season. It feels under King Unai Emery. Right, third stat: 5 of Aston Villa's 6 Premier League home wins over Arsenal have finished 1-0. I've got to admit that has surprised me, because not many 1-0s are coming to the top of my head. A 1-0 in 1998, Dwight York dink penalty.
Wait.
Oh, okay.
So there's a quiz. So firstly, yes, Villa have only won 6 of their 30 Premier League home games against Arsenal in the Premier League, which is a bad record. Drawing 9, losing 15. Not great.
Almost to be expected, a team like Arsenal, I would say.
There was a period from the year 2000 to 2015 where Villa went winless against Arsenal in those 15 seasons. But yes, 5 of those 6 have been 1-0 to Aston Villa. So the first one was 28th of December 1992.
I wouldn't remember that.
That was a Dean Saunders penalty for Villa to win 1-0.
I was 7. I wouldn't get that.
The one you mentioned, I think, the 10th of the 5th, 1998.
Dwight York, dink, yeah. I was there.
Dwight York, Anenka, yeah. Hugo Ekioga sent off in that game.
Yeah,
and then there was the outlier. 3-2 to Aston Villa in December 1998. That was when Bergkamp scored 2 goals in the first half, and then we come back and scored 3. Going Dublin from memory. 2
for Dejan, 1 for Julian Joachim.
There you go. And then the last 3 wins for Aston Villa at home against Arsenal have all been 1-0s and all been since promotion back to the Premier League. So 2019-20 was Trezeguet. 2020-21
Watkins.
Was Watkins in the second minute, yeah. And then last time we beat them, which was the one after the Man City one, wasn't it?
John McGinn, early doors again.
John McGinn, yep.
Inside the first 15 at that point. Unai Emery's inside the first 15-minute villains at that point.
Yeah, so when we beat Arsenal at home, it tends to be a cagey affair. and Villa normally win it 1-0.
Okay. Interesting. I'll absolutely snap your hands off for a 1-0 to Aston Villa on Saturday lunchtime. Absolutely, I will. Fourth stat, Arsenal have conceded more than twice in any of their last 100 and... Hang on, I've read that wrong. Arsenal haven't conceded more than twice in any of their last 108 games in all competitions. We lost 4-2 to them. Was that 108 games ago?
They haven't conceded more than twice.
Yeah, that's 2. That's basic maths from me, isn't it?
Yeah,
we've not scored 2+ against them, have we?
So I saw this stat and I thought, that's interesting. So I did a bit of research.
Yeah.
You might think that that's not that impressive.
No, I bet it is compared to everyone else.
Yeah, it's the outright longest run of any team in English Football League history, surpassing Man United with 107 from 2016 to 2018. The last team to score 3 goals against Arsenal in a game was Luton Town back in December 2023, when Arsenal beat them 4-3. So even when Arsenal concede 3, they don't lose. I also checked Villa's last 108 games in all competitions to see how many times we conceded. To see how many times we conceded 3 or more goals in those 108 games. Do you want to have a guess?
26.
17.
Oh, I was unlucky. I was along the right lines.
Yeah. So, it's pretty impressive. They can keep a load of clean sheets nowadays as well. So,
yeah, they're a formidable team, and I haven't seen any team news yet. But you can guarantee first choice defenders will be entering back into the fray.
Will be back. Yeah.
Someone, I was doing a shoot earlier, and someone said to me, "Oh yeah, Declan Rice was struggling at the game last night. Looked bad, muscle injury. I don't think he'll be playing at the weekend." So, which I got quite excited about.
Yeah.
And literally, I went on my phone and instantly on Instagram saw Fabrizio Romano posted Declan Rice is fit for Saturday. So that was a short-lived moment of joy for me today.
Yeah. I did tweet when Arsenal's team news came out yesterday. Timber on the bench, Eze on the bench, Saka on the bench, all resting up for Saturday. So
yeah. And Arteta's complained. Although, to be fair, we switched it up a little bit, didn't we? Like Tielemans had a little bit of a rest, and other player Marlon as well. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what team selection, as always, we come up with against Arsenal. But as always, there will be a stereotypical match preview on the channel as well. The 5th stat that we have is that Unai Emery, King, Sir, Messiah, God, Unai Emery has the most wins as Aston Villa manager in the Premier League era, 62. Is that after last night?
Yep.
What a way to break that record.
Yeah. He has the outright record now. So overtaking Martin O'Neill and John Gregory, we tied against Leeds. So yeah, he's got 62 wins in the Premier League from 115 games, which is wild. Like no Villa manager comes close in the Premier League era. There'd be people screaming at the screen now that the Premier League football didn't start in 1992. And to those people I say...
It almost did for me and you.
Yeah. And to those people I say, it doesn't matter because Unai Emery's got stuck at the best record of any Villa manager that's ever lived. So in terms of win percentage, he may not have a trophy yet, which is the next thing people beat you with. Mm-hmm. But yeah, 62 wins of 115 games in the Premier League, 210 points, the quickest to that milestone. He's been the quickest to every single milestone past 30 points. So 30 points, 40 points, 50 points, 60 points. The quickest.
It's a joke.
League manager. He's got a win rate of 54%. And if you look at the home fixtures, that goes up to 64% with a points per game ratio of 2.14 out of his 58 home games. It's just crazy. There was a guy on Twitter earlier that tagged me and you in a post. He said,
"Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we should do a show about Emery's records." I was like, too long.
Documentary, that is.
Yeah, I know, yeah. So, just an incredible manager. And the people of our age, Dan, the best we've ever seen.
This week, we're the same age, are we? Last week, it was, Dan, did you ever see Vic Rowe manage Aston Villa? This week, it's we're the same age.
I posted on TikTok the other day, actually. I was doing a thing on TikTok about Villa managers, and I had to find a photo of Vic Rowe, and I had a little laugh inside.
Oh, but he did.
Because it was in black and white, and I thought, Dan's age.
Yeah, my dad actually... He said something in the video with my dad from the last game. He actually referenced the fact that he remembered Vic Rowe, and he referenced you, which means he watches the show. Doesn't watch everything, but he obviously watches watches this show. He does. So hello, Dad. If you're watching, not going to the game on Saturday against Arsenal, he's pulled out. He's doing me over with content here. Absolutely killing me. I have to find another way to film at the game at the weekend. Right, Statto, that does us. You're off the hook for the day. So thank you very much for joining me as always. When's the next game? Oh, you're all right. You got a week. You got over a week, in fact, until you've got to do this again. So
yeah, thank God
we don't do Europe, do we? So you'll be all right. I'm quite interested in doing a top 10 Unai Emery stats. If you feel like doing that at some point, I'm quite up for doing that rather than doing the full on. Let's look at every record he's broke because we will be here all day. But maybe picking out a top 10 Statto Unai Emery stats. I think that is a good idea. I'd be up for doing that.
I could send you 20 and you could pick your best 10. I've got loads. I've done about 3,000 threads on Twitter about this before, so I can just pick them out of there.
Okay, well, you do that. Send them over to me and we'll break them down and we'll do a top 10 Statto. So thank you very much for joining me today. Thank you to the viewers and listeners of 1874. I'm aware there's a lot of content going through at the moment, but you all seem to be watching it and listening to it still and enjoying it. So thank you very much for that. If you've watched via YouTube, subscribe. That's difficult to say. Subscribe to the channel with your post notification on. You think I would know how to say that by now with the fact that I say it after every single show. Leave us a comment, give us a like as well if you fancy. Spotify and Apple, 5 stars, reviews, comments, those things really help us as a channel. I would say the actual match preview, like your show's nothing. The match preview, looking at team news and talking about what we think might happen in the game, will be out on Friday. This is going to come out Thursday night, I think. So yeah, tomorrow, if you're listening or watching to this as soon as it comes out. And then, of course, there'll be a host of content around the Arsenal game as well. Fingers crossed, talking about 3 points to Aston Villa Football Club again. And maybe then we might start talking about the title race, but I'm not going to do that now for sure. So thanks again to Statto. Thanks again to you, the viewer and listener. And as ever, it's an up the Villa from me and an up the Villa from the AVFC Statto.
Up the Villa.